pretty much. They stick a needle in my arm and take my blood.
Students are giving until it hurts. The Civil War blood drive drains the blood from our students, but it's for a good cause.
And spirits are high as OSU continues the first ever Spiritual Health and Awareness Week. We'll be giving you a full report on that and more on tonight's episode of the Beaver News.
Good evening and welcome to your Thursday night edition of the Beaver News. I'm Joe Hedberg.
And I'm Cody Stover. We're glad you could join us tonight. This week is Oregon State's first ever Spiritual Wellness Week. The event is bringing together many unique campus spiritual groups with hopes to establish better understanding and interaction between the organizations and also create a more unified spiritual Oregon State community. We went to the field yesterday night for the first Spiritual Wellness Week event at West Dining Hall. Wednesday night's Sharing Food, Sharing Stories, Sharing Spirit event, which began at West Dining Hall before also heading to both Arnold and McNary Dining Centers, kicked off Oregon State's first official Spiritual Wellness Week. To put things in perspective, the last time Oregon State hosted a spiritual life-oriented week, the university was still called OSC, Oregon State College. So what caused the planning of this week?
Really an effort for us to find a way to honor that spiritual life is something we see as a key part of students' growth and wholeness while they're in school, and that we settled on spiritual wellness instead of just spiritual awareness because that seemed kind of passive. We wanted something that students could actually actively engage.
The importance of the week, the importance of us focusing on this as a state university is that it gives us an opportunity to acknowledge the fact that students have whole lives, that this is not just about academic achievement or just not about coursework, but it's about developing the whole person, and the spirit is very much a part of that.
The night kicked off with speeches from Dean of Student Life, Mamta Akapati, and Vice Provost for Student Affairs, Larry Roper, before the attendees broke off into smaller discussion groups. The groups focused on cultivating connections and developing a better understanding of each other's beliefs. Each table had a discussion facilitator who helped spark the conversations.
I'm Brett Daniels, and I'm here with InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, and I'm here as a discussion facilitator tonight. And so we're just going to be talking about different things, different kinds of spirituality, and what it means to us.
Eventually, the night of discussion came to an end at West Dining Hall. But this was not the end of Spiritual Wellness Week. Spiritual Wellness Week will continue through the rest of the weekend with various spiritual and community service-based activities that many Spiritual Wellness Week participants are looking forward to.
And the most exciting thing that I really love, that we're going to do different sets of projects, that is service projects. So we are really putting our spiritual faith and spiritual spirits into action, where we are doing something good to the community. This is really a great opportunity for myself as a student and for the community, where we can share without borders of spiritual or religious boundaries. We are all together to help our community. This is why I really like this event.
Rest of the week, we have things going on like service projects and prayer night on Friday night at 7 in the Snell International Forum, where we're going to practice different kinds of prayer. It's going to be a whole new experience for me, I know. And I'm just stoked for spiritual wellness.
This is the first Spiritual Wellness Week at OSU, and we hope it's the first of many to come.
This is Cody Stover, KBVR Beaver News. More information about the remaining Spiritual Wellness Week events can be found on Oregon State's website Center for Civic Engagement page.
This Tuesday marked Election Day 2012 for the state of Oregon, and quite a few different measures were up for vote. Measures that were passed included Measure 0280, known as the Sather Annexation, which allowed for the annexation of Sather property for the development purposes here in Corvallis. This annexation would be open for opportunities for more student housing just off campus. However, some measures that didn't pass on Tuesday were Measure 80, which would legalize the cultivation and sale of cannabis and hemp in the state of Oregon. It was declined by 55% of votes in the state. However, the measure that was passed in the state of Washington and Colorado.
Student tickets for the Civil War are distributed first to those who have been to every home football game and can prove it with a ticket stub from each game. Next weekend, Oregon State football team will host California Golden Bears in the last home game before the Civil War. This means for those attempting to get 100% of the game ticket stubs, this is the last stub you will need, if you have all the others. Due to recent ticket line controversy, Oregon State has hired an event management crew to ensure fairness in the camping line cleanup. And remember, you cannot camp out more than 24 hours in advance. The OSU ticket office will open Monday morning at 7 a.m.
Tomorrow, November 9th, is the last day you can SU a class. SU is the no pass system in which if you get a C- or higher, you get the S, and it will not have an effect on your grade point average. You must have your advisor sign an SU form and have it turned into the office of the registrar no later than 5 p.m. on Friday.
Monday kicked off the 11th annual Civil War blood drive. If you haven't donated yet, you will be able to until tomorrow from 11 to 4 in the MU. The event highlights the rivalry between the Beavers and the Ducks, but organizers say it's also a good way to bring awareness to constant need for blood donations, especially as we head into the holidays when the need is the greatest. Yesterday, Hayden Wilcox stopped by to see what was going on. Let's check it out.
Pretty much they stick a needle in my arm and take my blood.
This is actually what we call a duo swab. So I'll scrub the area, and the first one contains iodine and like a detergent, so it cleans the area as well as kills bacteria. The second one is a higher concentration. It kills anything that was left behind. That kills any skin bacteria that might be on the surface, so it doesn't go into the blood and it doesn't go into her arm. Well, I'm a certified medical assistant, and so what I'm going to be doing is looking at her arm, seeing which vein is the most appropriate, obviously sticking the needle in, and we just kind of monitor, make sure she's feeling well throughout the process, make sure that all the procedures are followed so that no bacteria ever gets in the blood, and so it's a safe product for everybody involved, and she stays safe during the process.
Yeah.
No nerves.
You just kind of sit back and hopefully not faint.
My job today is basically just to walk around and keep everybody that's donating company. If they're a little bit nervous, kind of talk them through it just so they, get a little bit distracted maybe. Kind of helps with the donation process, but just perusing, kind of keeping everyone company, that's my job. I've been doing blood drives for a few years now. This is my first one at Oregon State, but I did them in high school all the time, so I kind of like it a lot. There were quite a lot of people that came in. I don't know an exact number, but there were a lot. But I was here Monday and Tuesday as well, and I'll be here all week.
We have 35 staff. We have 4 supervisors, including myself, running the drive. Today, I'm not really sure quite where we're at exactly. It's kind of an ongoing fluid process, but yesterday we had the similar size goal. We collected 241 blood products, and on Monday we collected 214. We have a lot more donors, so it's definitely significantly bigger here at OSU. But it's a work in progress. We're trying to build U of O. It's coming along really well. Today, I'm going to say roughly about 100 and probably 160 so far. Well, first of all, you're going to want to sign up for an appointment. That's the best way. The more appointments we have, the quicker we can get someone in and get someone out. So it's more efficient. But we always accept walk-ins. So a lot of times people can't make their appointments, and so we really do like to have people just come in. If you feel like you want to donate blood, it's something that you're able to do, then come on down and we'll try to get you in or schedule you for an appointment at a later time. So that's the start.
If you are an early riser and listen to the local radio station 99.9 KRKT, you might want to listen to this report from the Joe Radio Show. If you haven't done your holiday shopping, Bicoastal Media, owner of the local station KRKT, may be able to help you save a bit of money. KRKT will be holding its call-in radio auction on Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to noon. Among the items that will be auctioned off are $10 gift certificates to restaurants such as Peacock Bar and Grill, Tommy's Bar and Grill, and Domino's Pizza. The station will also be auctioning off several firearms, hunting bows, and various other items. To bid for these items, you can go to the KRKT website.
You never know when you might have to save someone's life. That's why it is a good idea to have training in life support techniques. If you don't know how to administer CPR or run an AED heart machine, the good news is Rec Sports is here to help. Rec Sports is putting on a basic life support training class on Saturday at Dixon Rec Center. The program is open to the general public and will teach attendees how to respond to heart failure, choking, as well as provide CPR and AED training. The class will run from 9 to 1:30 and cost $45 for students, $50 for OSU and community members, and $55 for the general public.
If you're looking for something fun to do this Friday night at 7 p.m., Dan Cook University will be hosting a traditional Korean dance performance in Austin Auditorium, and it's free to get in. Oregon State and Corvallis celebrate the South Korean Dan Cook University dance troupe as they perform a series of traditional and modern dances on stage with colorful costumes, music, and videography. For more information, you can go check out the Oregon State website.
This week holds the NCAA Women's Regional Cross Country Meet in Seattle. Of these 34 teams participating, only 2 will earn automatic bids to the NCAA Championships in Louisville, Kentucky. Oregon State has struggled a bit this season and is coming off an 11th out of 12-team finish at the Pac-12 Championships. When I spoke with sophomore Kinsey Gomez, one of Oregon State runners competing this weekend, she called this year a building year for the program and indicated that Oregon State has a team with a lot of young potential talent, with 3 freshmen and 3 sophomores on the trip to Seattle. Will this young group of Beavers rise to the occasion? We'll find out this Saturday at 12 noon.
For the second week in a row, the Dark Side Cinema will continue its Corvallis Film Festival. On Friday, November 9th, they will be showing a movie called Cell 211. The film is about a lawman who must side with a gang of criminals if he is to save his own life in this action drama from Spanish director Daniel Monzon. Cell 211 will begin at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
From one awareness and service-based week to another, the Oregon State Center of Civic Engagement is following up this week's Spiritual Wellness Week with National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week on campus. A non-perishable food drive will begin on Monday, and donation bins will be placed in many campus locations. The drive will run up until Thanksgiving, with all the collected food going to the Jackson Street Youth Shelter and community outreach. Aside from the drive, this week the Center for Civic Engagement will be putting on a service project at Lynn Benton Food Share, as well as hosting awareness talks and conversations on campus. Organizers hope that the week will leave everyone better educated on the prevalence of hunger and homelessness and poverty in our local area as well as throughout the world.
Well, before we will wrap up tonight's program, we're going to take a look at this weekend's weather report. Tonight we can expect scattered showers as it starts to cool down. Friday, we're expecting a high of 50 degrees and a low of 34 degrees with a good chance of rain. On Saturday, the weather is going to be partly cloudy with an estimated high of 48 degrees.
On Sunday, the clouds are going to roll back in and we might see some showers. Sunday, we're going to see a high of 52 degrees and a low of 43. Monday, we are definitely heading back into the rain, which looks like it's going to stay with us for the next few days.
Boy, it sure looks like it's going to be a cold one. Don't forget to wear a rain jacket. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I'm Joe Hedberg.
And I'm Cody Stover. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.